Now coming to the section about how to plan your bachelor's degree. As discussed earlier, 1 credit in this course is equivalent to 30 hours. It includes reading and comprehending the print and e-material, listening to audios and watching videos, attending counseling sessions, teleconferencing, and writing assignment responses. So 6 credits core subject will mean studying 180 hours and 4 credits core subject will mean studying 120 hours. Now in semester 1, since you have 3 courses of 6 credit and 1 course of 4 credit, it totals to be 660 hours of study. In semester 2 also, there are 3 courses of 6 credit and 1 course of 4 credit. So again, 660 hours of study. So total of 1320 hours of study is required in first year. That means you have to study around 4.5 hours every day for 300 days in a year. In semester 3, there are 4 courses of 6 credits and 1 course of 4 credit, translating to 840 hours of study. In semester 4, workload is same as semester 3, meaning 840 hours of study. So total of 1680 hours of study is required in second year. That means around 5.5 hours of study every day for 300 days in a year. In semester 5 and 6, that is your third year, total study hours required are 1440, meaning 4 hours 50 minutes of study each day for 300 days. Completion of a course would involve you studying the course, you completing the assignments, you obtaining pass marks in both assignments and term end examination. Now, this is the fee structure of the program. Next slide is about instructional system. The university follows a multimedia approach for instruction comprising of self-learning material, audio-video programs transmitted through radio and television, teleconferencing sessions, face-to-face counseling at study centers by academic counselors, assignments, tutorials, practicals, and dissertation. Course material in print or ebook format is the primary form of instruction. You should concentrate mainly on the course material that are sent to you in the form of printed books or ebooks. The course material would be sufficient to write assignment responses and prepare for term end examination, that is TEE. They, however, suggest you to read additional material, especially those given in the suggested reading section of the course material. A course generally has 4 to 5 blocks. Each block consists of units, minimum 2 to maximum 5 units. Normally, the units covered in block have a thematic unity. Each unit begins with learning objectives, which will give you an idea on what you are expected to learn from the unit. The introduction provides an overview of the major theme of the unit. An attempt is made to forge a link with the topic of the previous units and the topic to be covered in the unit. This is followed by the main text, which is divided into various sections and subsections. At the end of each section, they have provided questions for self-evaluation under the heading of Check Your Progress. You should attempt this part as it will help you in assessing the immediate absorption and check your understanding of the topic. Questions in Check Your Progress are for your practice only, and you should not submit answers to these questions to the university for assessment. They have not provided the full length answers as they would like to encourage us to write in our own words and not rely on memorizing the course material. The section Let Us Sum Up, Summary Conclusion gives a brief account of what has been discussed in the unit. This summary enables you to recall the main points covered in the unit. Each unit ends with references, which gives the list of books and articles that have been consulted to prepare the unit. In addition, at the end of each unit, a list of suggested readings is given. Some of these books listed in this section will be available in the libraries of the regional centers and select study centers. The academic counseling sessions for each of the courses are held at suitable intervals throughout the academic session. Attendance in the academic counseling sessions for theory courses is not compulsory, but it is suggested that you attend these sessions as they may be useful in certain respects, such as to share your views on the subject, that the teachers and fellow learners comprehend some of the complex ideas or difficult issues, and get clarifications for any doubts which you would not otherwise try to raise. You should note that the academic counseling sessions will be very different from usual classroom teaching or lectures. Academic counselors will not be delivering lectures or speeches. They'll try to help you overcome difficulties which you face while studying for this program. In these sessions, you must look into the subject-based difficulties and any other issues arising out of such difficulties. The university normally organizes 4 to 5 academic counseling sessions for a 4 credit and 6 to 7 sessions for a 6 credit course. There will be separate counseling sessions for practical. These sessions are mandatory, unlike the sessions for theory component. Also, please note that in case there are less than 10 students in the study center, then intensive counseling sessions will be held, which essentially means that 40% of the prescribed counseling sessions will be conducted within a week's time. Before you attend the academic counseling session, please go through your course material and note down the points to be discussed. Unless you have gone through the units, there may not be much to discuss. Try to concentrate on the relevant and important issues. Try also to understand each other's point of view. You may also establish a personal connect with your fellow participants to get mutual help for academic purposes. Try to get the maximum possible help from your academic counselors. If you are interested to join a community of like-minded people, check out the link in the description of our Telegram group. Thank you.